An abandoned baby girl and a family of four murdered just hours later. And now a convicted gang member with a long rap sheet and nothing to lose is on the run in Tennessee, and authorities are asking for your help. His name is Austin Drummond, and today we break down what may be one of the most chilling and calculated mass murders in Tennessee in recent years. What's up, SGS Nation? Welcome to Surviving the Suvivor. This is the show that brings you the very best guests in all of true crime. If you are unfamiliar, we do a live 3-panel show every night on YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern, and anywhere podcasts are found. And then we do it again Friday afternoons. But today I am rolling solo here to try to help authorities in Tennessee find this guy, Austin Drummond, in a case that's really rocking the nation, and particularly some rural areas in Tennessee. It is a quadruple homicide back on July 29th that left a 7-month-old baby girl abandoned in a random person's front yard. And the suspect, Austin Drummond, is now on Tennessee's most wanted list. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, otherwise known as the TBI, Austin Drummond is on the top 10 most wanted list in that state. This case involves family betrayal, gang violence, and a justice system that yet again seems to have let a dangerous man walk. Why was this guy let out of prison in the first place? You're going to ask yourself the same question once you hear what he was doing on the inside. So let's break it all down. The discovery, how did this all get started? How did the story get into motion? It goes back to July 29th in Tigret, Tennessee. A 7-month-old infant girl, she's discovered alone in a car seat on a stranger's front lawn. Imagine being a neighbor in that area. You come back or you're strolling by and you literally just see an infant seat with a living 7-month-old oohing and eyeing, perhaps crying. Well, a concerned resident did exactly what you're supposed to do, calling 911. When authorities arrived on scene, it appeared that the child, the little small baby, the infant baby, was unharmed, but was quite clearly abandoned and left on that lawn. The person who did it, and we now know that's Austin Drummond, or at least who police suspected it, made himself known, or made it known that the baby was on the lawn. How exactly, we're not sure. Maybe whistling, maybe pointing to a neighbor. We don't know. But in some capacity, he apparently flagged people to at least let them know there was a baby there. So one of the most horrific crimes we can talk about, a quadruple murder, but somewhere in his heart, this beast of a human being found an iota of compassion to at least let people in that surrounding area where he left the baby abandoned, and obviously didn't kill this baby for whatever reason. He did tip off neighbors. Hours later now, about 40 miles away in a place called Tiptonville, Tennessee, 4 bodies are discovered, all of them relatives of this baby girl who was abandoned in this infant seat. The victims here, always most important. You have James Wilson, 21 years old. That is the baby's father at just 21 years old. Adrianna Williams, 20 years old. She is the baby's mother. Braydon Williams, 15. He is the mother's brother, Adriana's younger brother, just 15 years old. And Cortney Rose, and remember that name, Cortney Rose, 38 years old. She is Adrianna and Braydon's mother, and a grandmother at just 38. Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Box in Tennessee said at the time, and I quote, this is back on July 29th, "This is a deeply saddening day for our community. We are committed to uncovering the truth and ensuring that justice is served." And law enforcement taking this one very personally, speaking publicly right away after finding this infant baby abandoned at just 7 months old, and then hours later, essentially discovering that the entire family has been, or a large portion of this family was essentially annihilated by one single person that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is now looking for, along with other Tennessee authorities. The entire family was reportedly just slaughtered blocks away, too, from the prison. This is important, where the suspect, Austin Drummond, once served time. Now, who is Austin Drummond? He's 28 years old, sort of baby-faced. Looks to me, in that range, but could be even younger. Again, added to the TBI's most wanted list. Authorities now say, and this is very important, that he is a confirmed member of the Vice Lords. That's a violent national gang, and the gang has deep ties to the prison system. The gang works inside the prison systems nationwide, and this guy is a confirmed member of the Vice Lords. According to District Attorney Jody Pickens, who opposed Austin Drummond's parole back in 2020 when he was up for parole, in that letter at that time, Jody Pickens wrote, Austin Drummond is a dangerous felony offender and confirmed member of the Vice Lords, but nevertheless, he was eventually let out of prison. He is now facing much more serious charges: 4 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, 4 counts of a felon in possession of a firearm. Obviously, that is completely illegal. Once you're a convicted felon, no firearms, but this guy gunned down 4 family members in cold blood. Possession of a firearm during a dangerous felony. Authorities are warning that Austin Drummond may have also altered his appearance. This is important, too. He was last seen driving a white 2016 Audi A3, has Tennessee plates RI 01896. Again, Austin Drummond last seen driving a white 2016 Audi A3 with Tennessee license plates reading RI 01896. Now, that car was found abandoned in Jackson, Tennessee, in a wooded area, suggesting that he could still be nearby. The discovery was made Friday afternoon, August 1st, when authorities just happened to locate the car. Again, it was in a wooded area, sort of an isolated area near the dead end of what is known as MCO Road, dead end near MCO Road, which is within the Jackson, Tennessee city limits. And authorities believe that he could be living or still nearby, but that he was possibly living out of the car at the time. Now, they say that the vehicle was empty when found. No suspects, nobody inside. Obviously, they cleared the car. And again, say that he could be living there. So obviously they have eyes on this car in case he goes back. But at this point, I think the cat's out of the bag. He knows what's up. He knows that they have discovered the car. But they are searching the area, and the manhunt is on. It all started again back on July 29th, and now we are into August here. And authorities have got to be antsy, realizing that this guy has already murdered 4 people. So, what are authorities doing now outside of searching? Well, they have warned nearby residents to lock their doors and remain indoors and report any sightings immediately. He was last seen with a closed, sort of blondish brown cropped hair style, and authorities are wondering if maybe he shaved his head or grown out a beard. He had a goatee, but they do warn again that he could have tried to radically change his appearance. Could be growing his hair out, shaving it, wearing a hat, who knows? But he might not look like the photos. And why it matters. The car's location, where this Audi was found, about 70 miles from the crime scene in Tiptonville, Tennessee, and 40 miles from where this baby was found abandoned. So closer to where the baby was found abandoned than where the family was murdered, suggesting that he left the family behind after killing them, took the baby on a ride of roughly 30 miles, and then drove another 40 miles where he left the car. Again, authorities believe he is probably still within this region of Tennessee. But again, he could have taken off. So really, it's a Tennessee manhunt, but it's also a nationwide manhunt for this very, very, very dangerous felon, considered extremely armed and dangerous. The abandonment of the vehicle in the woods raises red flags that he is still alive because they found no body there. So everyone on high alert and on edge in this particular area of rural Tennessee. History of violence regarding Austin Drummond. It's long and lengthy. In 2013, Austin Drummond was convicted of an armed robbery. He held up a Circle K convenience store using a revolver. But this is where it gets even more interesting, and just goes to show the criminal mind here. After he was convicted, he then went on and threatened jurors and the victim of this robbery in a recorded jail call. It was all caught on a recorded jail call. And he said, and I quote here, this is from the jail call, "They're going to regret it," meaning the victim who was robbed as well as the jurors. "They're going to regret it. I'll be out one day." That call, that single call, added 3 more years to his sentence. And he was also charged with attempted murder while in prison. Charged with attempted murder while in prison. So this is the caliber of criminal we are dealing with. And he was accused of smuggling drugs in, and not just any old way. He's inside prison, inside confined walls, and is accused of smuggling drugs into the prison with the aid of drones. Someone on the outside helping him with drones to carry drugs into a Tennessee prison. It's hard to believe. Gets caught doing all this with an attempted murder inside a prison, and guess what? The Tennessee Department of Corrections lets this guy out, paroles him in September of 2024. So he's out for over not over a year, about a year, coming up on a year. And now he's paroled out of prison after all this, on the loose. And what does he do? Goes and murders 4 members of a family. So the Tennessee Department of Corrections is going to have a lot of questions to answer. But first, they've got to catch this guy. Now, we mentioned the grandmother, the mother, Cortney Rose, 38 years old. Well, here's where it gets a little bit messier. Austin Drummond was in a relationship with Cortney Rose's sister. Her name is Caitlin Speed. Caitlin Speed. And she, guess what her job is? She is a corrections officer at the prison where he was being held. So the grandmother and mother of the grandmother of the baby, and the mother of the victim, and the mother of the younger brother who was killed, is the sister of Austin Drummond's paramour, the woman he is apparently in love with. And she, Caitlin Speed, she is a corrections officer at the prison where he was being held. I have no idea what her current status is. I would be surprised if she was still working there. They met while he was incarcerated, and there's actually family photos that show them together after his release, and he's seen with this family that he just murdered. So obviously he knows them through Caitlin Speed, the mother and grandmother of the now abandoned baby and the murdered mother of said abandoned baby. So this is a really twisted story, and the ties are kind of crazy here, but you can see that there is a strong connection. Now, this relationship that he had with the corrections officer may have enabled access and potentially helped him reintegrate into the victims' lives. And this obviously happened right before he allegedly turned violent, pointing a gun at them, shooting and killing 4 members of the family. Now, why was the baby spared? That is the big question. Again, Austin Drummond personally, authorities say, personally dropped off this baby in this infant seat, and then somehow again drew attention to her, to this little baby girl, and then simply walked away from the scene. Now, TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation's director, David Roush, he spoke and said, and I quote here, while this was an extremely tragic and violent event, there was a sign of compassion, if you will. That tells us there's a possibility that Austin may have a sense that there is hope for him to come in and have a conversation about what happened. So again, I'm just going to read that one more time. This is from TBI Director David Roush. While this was an extremely tragic and violent event, there was a sign of compassion, if you will. That tells us there's a possibility that Austin may have a sense that there's hope for him to come in and have a conversation about what happened. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this guy's going to turn himself in? You think he goes down in a firefight? Do you think he takes his own life? Drop us a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, we're doing these shows with panelists. I do a live talk show every night on YouTube. And it goes out anywhere you listen to podcasts. We cover all trending criminal cases, but today just going solo here. So as far as the manhunt goes, law enforcement agencies across the state of Tennessee are all over this. It includes U.S. Marshals, TBI, local sheriffs, all searching right now for Austin Drummond. There is a reward right now, $15,000. Will that amount go up? We don't know. But a $15,000 reward is yours if you have any information leading to his arrest. And STS has a lot of community members in the great state of Tennessee. We often have General Mark Davidson on, who's an active district attorney in Tennessee, not in this particular rural area, but in the neighboring rural area. I reached out to him, and he may join us on a future show about this. But authorities there, again, offering a $15,000 reward. If anyone in that area knows anything, if you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. The number to call, 1-800-TBI-FIND, 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 or you can call the Dyer County Police, 731-285-2802. Interesting name, Dyer County Police, but it's D-Y-E-R. Although it's a D-I-R-E situation. The Dyer County Police, 731-285-2802. U.S. Marshal Tyrese Miller is quoted as saying, getting Austin Drummond in custody is a priority. That might be an understatement. That getting Austin Drummond in custody is a priority. There is a fundraiser going on. The community has gathered and rallied around this family of four that was murdered. GoFundMe has been created for the victim's funeral costs and legal support for the surviving family. So far, it's just raised a little over $1,500. The COE, the chief of everything, who runs the show behind the scenes, she'll drop in the GoFundMe link in the show summary here. The community obviously is absolutely devastated, still grappling with the shock of such intimate violence. I mean, this guy essentially is a family annihilator. I don't know if technically you can be a family annihilator. I have to look this up, to be honest, if it's not your family, but he took out essentially an entire family, so I don't see why not. So in my eyes, this guy is a family annihilator. I don't know if technically that is correct, but certainly on the surface, taking out an entire family in one fell swoop, to me, that is a family annihilator, any which way you cut it. We say it here often at Surviving the Survivor. For those who do not know, we've got this name. We didn't start off in true crime. It was a show with my mother and I, who's still a part-time co-host, Carm. Carm is a Holocaust survivor, a child Holocaust survivor, and a licensed therapist. And that's how we got the derivation of the name. And Carm always says, we're just trying to survive in a rough world. And in this case, we live in a rough world, and some people simply don't survive it because there is so much violence. So make sure you appreciate your loved ones. Give everybody an extra hug today. You just never know what kind of crazy, what kind of criminal is nearby. Austin Drummond, bottom line, should never have been released. Now an entire family is gone in one fell swoop, except for this one small infant girl, 7 months old. Obviously, she has got a long road ahead of her. Luckily, if there's any silver lining, it's that she is too young to have any idea about what's going on, and hopefully she has loving family that will take her in and raise her, but she's going to be raised without a mother, without a father, without an uncle, and now without a grandmother. So it is absolutely devastating. But let's hope that justice catches up soon with Austin Drummond. I am Joel Waldman, host of Surviving the Suvivor. Stay safe. Keep your eyes open. And if you know something, say something. Be kind. Don't murder anyone. And make sure you tune in to STS. Love you, America. Have a great day.